Echo Base Network. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight at Echo Base TV, where community happens.
Welcome back, guys. EBN Cast, episode 22. We are back. It feels like it's been forever, which it kind of has been. But I've had tons of crap going on, traveling, personal life stuff. So we are back here with Stone Cold Loki, John F. Trent, Tom from Midnight's Edge, Mexican Ironman will be joining us here shortly. Gentlemen, how you guys doing this great Friday afternoon?
Doing pretty good. Hit the gym earlier, lifted double what I started with, feeling good.
Nice.
Heck yeah, let's do this. You bought one of the BJ Wolverine buckets.
Oh Lord. I was supposed to go see that movie at 10 a.m. this morning. Anybody that knows me knows I do not get up early. Surprise, surprise, I didn't get up in time. So I still have not seen it. I'm probably going to go see it either really late tonight or early afternoon tomorrow. But we are going to be talking about some of the Deadpool Wolverine stuff in the show today. Guys, real quick, there's 4 different ways you guys can support us here on the channel. EBN channel memberships, Patreon, where we upload tons of crap that YouTube will not allow us to put here. All our House of the Dragon stuff is there. All our full episode Acolyte reactions. New season of Cobra Kai is up. All 5 episodes of that, and it's all organized, nice and neat, easy to find stuff. Documentaries, episodes, movies, everything. It's pretty good. It's only $5 a month. And then, of course, our merch store, where Coach has designed a crap ton of shirts over there. You see them wearing them in the streams all the time. And then, of course, super chats. If there's a topic you guys want to hear us comment or hit on that we're not talking about, feel free to send that in via super chat. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, guys. My first topic. I have not gotten to do this yet, but since Loki is here, I'm going to do it today. I finally have completed everything there is to complete in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I got the platinum trophy. I did pretty much everything there is to do. There's one thing I have not done, and that is all the conversations with Yuffie. I still can't figure out what I'm missing. But let me start off by saying this is by far game of the year, in my opinion. I put over 300 hours into this game, went through it on normal mode, hard mode, did all the extra VR mission stuff that you can only do in hard mode. There's so much in this game. In games today, you end up paying for a game and then you'll play it for a little bit and pretty much have it beat, in 30 hours, maybe 40 tops. I put in over 300 and it didn't cost me anything extra to do all this stuff. No microtransactions, no extra content you had to pay extra for, none of that. I literally did everything with the normal price of the game, which is a $70 game. And actually, if you get it on PS5, there's actually a bundle where you can pay the $70 and get Remake and Rebirth. So basically, you get 2 games for $70. Character development in this game is superb. I love all these characters. I played the original. The ending is definitely different. And it's definitely something that, is caused a little bit of controversy on the internet, to say the least. They're definitely changing it up a bit, but I'm not going to hate on it quite yet because I don't know what they're doing in the next one. A lot of the stuff that I was hoping that we would get in this one might be in the next one, so we'll wait and see. Absolutely love this game, though. I know, Tom, you probably are not going to have much to say on this, and John, you probably won't either. But I know Loki has gone through this, so I'll get your thoughts on this, Loki. And then John and Tom, if you guys have anything you want to say, then you can chime in after Loki.
Tom, just for you, brother, they got evil turtles in this game that you can fight, just like in just like in Remake.
Turtle's not evil.
There are some evil turtles you get to fight. No, I had a great time. I had an absolute great time with both of them. I had a great time with Remake and Rebirth. There was 3 things that I was disappointed with about Rebirth. One, there is a very annoying NPC girl that you have to deal with when you get to Cosmo Canyon.
Yeah,
she is very annoying. She is a Mary Sue. I was born with the ability to do this, but I'm a whining, crying little SJW. So I'm not going to, but I'm going to critique you on everything you're doing because you're doing everything wrong. Whereas I was born to do everything right.
Yeah.
That is a huge problem because you've got to get past her and her side mission to continue in the game. It's not one of those just optional things that you can do and bypass.
Yeah, it almost felt like some of that Sweet Baby Inc. garbage nonsense.
That's exactly what it is that Sweet Baby Inc. nonsense. Second, you got Sid right there on the screen. You don't get to play with Sid and you don't get to play with Vincent, which are 2 of my favorite characters in Final Fantasy VII. Yep, that's my only complaint. The boss fights are, dude, epic.
Yeah.
The fact that you have to think to fight these bosses, you have to use your brain, you have to use tactics, goes back to the old way of Final Fantasy. It's not just, I'm going to hack and slash this
button
until it
smash,
dies.
Through the whole thing. No.
Yep. No, you have to think. You have to use your brain and you have to have knowledge of what you can do with your characters and your abilities and your skills. It's not just button mashing. Some of the best boss fights I've ever done in a game are in this game. So yeah, I give it a 9. And what you said about game of the year, I think it's game of the year. Definitely game of the year.
Yeah, I would give it a 9 as well. There's the Vincent character. He's also that Loki was talking about, one of my favorite characters of all time. But like what he was saying with the actual strategy, this is the materia system here, and there's so many different combinations of stuff that you can do with this, and you have to set this stuff up. Like you get us go in here and basically play around with this system and do tons of different combinations for whatever kind of fight that you're in. So it's the strategy involved in this is insane. Like Loki was saying, this is not just smash a bunch of buttons and then you're gonna win. As you guys can see here, if you go to my save, you'll see my my time in on this game. I did actually put right there 342 hours is where I'm at on this.
Why the hell do you have 342 hours to play this game?
I mean, this game came out in what, February, Loki?
Yeah, February.
Yeah. So what, 5 months?
5 months.
So yeah, I played the crap out of it, but it's
also down in the bottom left corner, the time played ticker.
Yep.
Oh, yep. I see it right down there. Yep. And then of course the play log, got everything checked. The only thing I haven't done is the conversation stuff with the Yuffie character. But yeah, game of the year, easy. And just so you guys can kind of get a grasp, this is the world map. This is all the different areas that you can go in the game. I mean, there's so much stuff to this game. It's absolutely insane. And for $70, they just don't do this with games these days at all. The final and last game we're projecting to get 2027, I believe. Is that what you're hearing, Loki?
If it happens, Square Enix. I always say Squaresoft because that's Square.
Yeah, the original.
Square Enix is in some trouble. They are in some financial trouble, and they are not helping themselves with the decisions they've made with the Dragon Quest games, the new remakes coming out. They've got a bunch of 2D remakes coming out for Dragon Quest. It's if they can make it, they might have something really special with this trilogy. If they can't, we're going to get stuck without the final game. It'll be interesting to see over the next 3 years if they can keep afloat, because there is I believe personally there's going to be a AAA gaming crash coming. It's going to be even worse for those 4A developers that say, "Oh, we make 4A games." So we'll see.
Yeah, the one thing is they've basically done remake and rebirth. So a lot of what they got to design, all the work's pretty much been done for a lot of the game. So it's not like they're having to start from the ground up.
Is this basically like The Hobbit? They took like one book and are making it into 3 games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first game, the Midgar section remake, they basically stretched that out. And if you do everything, they basically stretch that out into about 100 hours. When in that original game, it was what, maybe 2 hours, Loki?
Well, it depends on how much you did and how much side quest stuff you did. But I'd say probably like 8. If you did everything, if you collect everything you possibly can in the first disc, you probably got about 8 hours in.
Yeah.
And then you went on to disc 2 and disc 3. They put a lot of filler into remake. They put a crap ton of filler into Rebirth. There's a lot of stuff in here they didn't have in the original.
Expanded on it a lot. And one of the complaints I hear is all the mini games. But I actually like all the mini games. I'd rather have all the extra content to be able to do, because a lot of this stuff you can basically just skip. And you don't have to do it. But I actually appreciate it that they took the time to give us all that. So I'm all for it. But anyways, guys, that is basically my review of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Mike, John, Tom, you guys got any comments? I would assume probably not, since you guys probably have not played this.
Nope.
I haven't played it, but I think I mean Loki was talking about Square Enix's problems. I think this game actually is one of those problems because I don't think it did as well as Remake. I think that
Yeah,
has a lot to do
sales
with
wise. Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with the fact that it's PlayStation 5 instead of I think Remake was I have Remake, so it was on 4 and
Yeah,
and
it was
5.
4 and 5. Yep.
And so
And
this one's
PC.
PS5. Yeah, and PC, and this one's PS5 still. I think that's a big problem because that shows that Sony's weakness is on with the PlayStation 5 as well on that front
Yeah.
on the hardware, and that's why you're seeing a lot of the video game developers move to PC so they can get away from like being that hardware exclusive. But we'll see what happens. I think Loki's point about them being able to finish it up is we'll see because of the issues that they had with this game and what they're having elsewhere.
Yeah, that's one of the things they addressed. They said they're getting away from that exclusivity with PS5. This will come out on PC eventually. I doubt we'll probably see it on Xbox. No way the Switch could run this game.
It was supposed to already be out on PC. Their
Yeah.
exclusivity is over. So their
Yeah.
deal with Square and their exclusivity is over. Why
Yeah.
it is not out on PC yet, but they're missing a golden opportunity to get it out on PC and to get it to a much larger audience.
Yeah,
Maybe I mean for that they might be looking at schedule. I could see them maybe. I mean, you think they would have an announcement or anything, but obviously you want to maybe get something out in November for Christmas time.
yeah. Christmas time, I could see them maybe doing a PC drop then for sure. There's rumors that they're gonna do DLC for this, even though they said that they weren't. I'm starting to hear rumors that they are going to be doing a DLC drop for this, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, guys, that's it for my review and Loki's review of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. If you guys are gamers, I highly recommend checking out that game. All right. With that out of the way, Loki, what do you got for us today?
So you mentioned you were going to go see Deadpool this morning. No spoilers.
Yeah.
I promise. I'm not going to drop anything. I know a lot of people haven't seen it yet. We saw it last night. So this is the first Marvel movie that my wife and I have gone to see together.
Oh, wow.
It's been that long since we both wanted to go see a Marvel movie and go see it in the theater. So this was the very first time in a theater we had went to see a Marvel movie. I know there's a lot of reviews and a lot of stuff going out, a lot of stuff you're hearing. I saw this when I was done, and man, the theater was packed. There was electricity in the theater. People were hooting, hollering, laughing, crying, screaming at one point. They were actually like, yeah, getting up out of their seats and excited. And you have to understand, I go to a lot of movies and I rarely see people like get up out of their seats cheering and yelling. This is one of those movies. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. This is a love letter and a final farewell to Fox's Marvel movies. Okay, it might be under the Disney brand, but they constantly make fun of Disney in this movie. And they constantly make fun of what Disney has done to Marvel in this last phase. The multiverse crap, the TV series, all of it, they seem to and this is props to Ryan Reynolds and Levy, because Ryan Reynolds came out and said, Kevin Feige was completely hands off. He said, do what you want to do. And they did it. They make fun of Kevin Feige. They make fun of Disney. They make fun of Marvel. It's fun. It's funny. You're going to see some characters you never, ever thought you would ever see again on screen. And those are some of the funnest moments of this movie, is when you see somebody and you're like, oh my Lord, it's him or it's her or it's this or it's that. It was fun. It was funny. It was enjoyable. We had a great time. And this is the big thing. I'm going to go and see this again. I didn't pay for these tickets. My wife didn't pay for these tickets. I traded someone something for these tickets. And we are going to go see this again. And I'm going to break a rule I made years ago when I said, I'm done with Disney. I'm not buying any of their stuff. I'm not going to pay for their movies. I'm going to make a big rule. I'm going to go back and I'm going to pay to see this movie again. And when it comes out on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, all that, I'm going to buy it because I want to watch through the Fox Marvel movies. And then I want to watch this movie and just be like, man, what they did here was great. What they did there was great, because it really is look, Fox screwed up sometimes. They did.
Yeah.
They might have let this character go, or they might have let this actor go, or something. Yes, Fantastic Four as one of those things. But they do a great job at the end of the movie, after the credits roll, when the credits start to roll. They've got behind the scenes stuff from all the old Fox movies.
Yeah,
That's
I heard
how
about
much that it's like just we love you, goodbye, thank you for the opportunity. And it's not lost on Ryan Reynolds that, hey, the Deadpool almost never happened, because they crack about that too. So while they've got this, thank you so much, Fox, they've also got this, but you almost didn't let us do this, and or you did this and that was stupid. But they're right in there with the Disney stuff. I mean, they are cracking that whip, saying, you've got to fix what you've broken. You've broken this. People don't want to see your movies anymore. People aren't going to see a whole bunch of Marvel movies anymore. People aren't interested in Star Wars anymore. Fix your stuff. And I think that the at the top of that list is get rid of Kevin Feige and the dumb decisions they've made. Get rid of KK and all the dumb decisions she made, and her ilk and the flock of people that worship this. The other thing I wanted to bring up before I'm done is there have been reviews, critics' reviews, that say Deadpool and Wolverine didn't follow up on this relationship that Logan and Deadpool should have had. That Logan and Wade should have been in a sexual romantic relationship.
Oh, good
The
Lord.
people
There's
saying
seriously
this,
people saying
yes.
that?
Yes. The people saying this are the same people that got Marvel into the situation it is today. No one cares about that. This is a buddy cop movie. This is one of the best buddy cop movies you're ever going to go see, is Wolverine and Deadpool. It's fun. It's funny. You're going to have a fun time. You're going to see a whole bunch of old faces. We don't need Logan and Wade kissing and doing anything else on screen because some dumb critic thinks they need to be in a relationship. Give the movie a chance.
Logan likes Jean Grey and Wade likes Vanessa.
Yep. Give this movie a chance. Coming from someone who said they'd never go and pay for another Marvel movie again, and I will be going and paying for it this time because I'm going to go see it again this weekend. From someone who swore up all of this, you will have one of the funnest times you've had in the theater in a long time watching a Marvel movie.
Yeah. Out of all the, I'm going to go see it, like I said, either late tonight or early tomorrow afternoon. Everything I've heard about this movie is that it's getting nothing but good reviews. There's only two people that I respect on YouTube that I've seen give it bad reviews. Mr. H over at Mr. H Reviews, who gave it kind of a meh review, and Mauler did not like this movie. But everybody else is basically saying the same thing you're saying, Loki. Now, Mike, have you seen this movie yet?
No, and I ain't seen it tomorrow. And if another person tells me another spoiler, I'm gonna go ballistic.
I know no spoilers.
That's why I said no spoilers.
Yeah, I know no spoilers. So I know nothing. John, have you seen this yet? I already know Tom has.
No, I don't plan on seeing it.
No. Tom, your thoughts?
I enjoyed the film quite a bit. Definitely better than the second film, in my opinion. This is a love letter to the Foxmen, especially Hugh Jackman, but it's also a bit of a bittersweet curtain call for 20th Century Fox.
Yes.
And as far as the movie goes, I think people's enjoyment of it will vary depending on how deep your knowledge is of X-Men movies, comic book movies, Marvel movies, the corporate politics going on behind the scenes at Marvel and Disney, the Fox acquisition, which actually plays a big role in the plot of the film.
That's kind of weird.
It is kind of weird, but it is true. And in that respect, like all that kind of stuff, and plus all the comic book stuff on top of it all. So in that respect, it is going to have an expiry date. I think it's going to expire at some point. Like this movie's not going to last past like probably 5 years.
That's kind of the criticism of all three of the Deadpool movies, or I guess the first two, right?
Well, and especially since the meta humor is so topical and timely. That's the thing. But that aside, like our type of group, the people in the chat, most of those of you guys are probably going to enjoy it. You're going to have fun with it. You're going to get all the in jokes and the elbow nudge jokes. Certain audience members, it's going to go over their head. The general audience, from what I'm hearing, some of them are finding some of this a bit confusing, especially the multiverse stuff and stuff with the Disney Plus shows and stuff like that they bring up. So do keep that in mind. But other than that, I had a lot of fun. Is it flawed? Yes, but it is basically what Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness should have been.
Yes.
Only the more serious version of it, I guess. Because the cameos actually play a role in the plot, and are proactive, unlike just showing up and saying hi and die, like they did in Multiverse of Madness.
So what are the cameos for Mike?
Yeah, so all the cameos are Darth Vader, Michelangelo the Ninja Turtle, Roger Rabbit. No, I'll be quiet.
I couldn't agree with Tom more. Absolutely 100% on the ball. It is a bittersweet farewell to Fox's Marvel movies. Everything you said is 100%.
Well, just 20th Century Fox in general, because like because at the end of the film, this isn't really a spoiler. Like once the credits start rolling, they start showing behind the scenes stuff from the old X-Men movies and stuff like that. And it ends with the 20th Century Fox logo fading out like an adios to that, whole legacy in general.
Yeah.
In a way.
I just want to note for the record that in a strict legal terms, that technically is a spoiler. Thank you.
Kiss my grits.
Well, no, we're not. If I was a YouTuber, I would have already seen it, but I'm not a YouTuber, so I didn't rush out to go see it.
So what you're talking about, it's opening weekend this weekend.
Wait, I didn't hear Mike say he's not a YouTuber. I've never heard him say that before.
I'm not a YouTuber.
It's opening weekend this weekend. So if you're seeing it this weekend, you're seeing it on an opening weekend.
I'm not seeing it this weekend. I got Max. There's no way I'm taking my 11-year-old to.
Yeah, that I can
don't take Max.
Ron Reynolds took his 9-year-old. I was like, what? 9-year-old?
Yeah.
Well, his kids are probably used to,
Yeah.
Weirdo.
So there's only one end credit scene, correct?
Yes.
At the very end.
Besides what Tom was talking about, how they show all the behind the scenes stuff from like Fantastic Four, X-Men, and some of the other movies that I will not name. That way I don't spoil anything. But yes, there's one end credit scene after that.
So Tom,
at the very, very, very end credit.
And it has nothing to do with Captain America. It has nothing to do with
doesn't set anything up or anything like that.
Yeah.
No.
It's just a nice little sweet chicka chicka. The end.
Anyway, you were asking Nick, sorry.
Ranking. Both of you guys, quick ranking Deadpool movies. 1 through 3.
One is the better film objectively, story-wise, and all that kind of stuff, but this one I had more fun with.
Yeah.
So I'd put 1 and 3 on a very even kind of level, but 2 to me just was such a disappointment.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the second one.
I agree with Tom.
Okay.
I think that 1 and 3 are kind of like right there, and that 2 is down there.
Yeah. So Loki, you're gonna go see it again. Tom, you would you pay to go see it again? You like?
I spent so much money on this movie already. I probably will though. Like Mike, we got to write this shit off, man. I mean, this is like $40
How much did you
right
pay
here.
for that?
That was 40
What? You
bucks.
spent
that
$40
bucket?
Yeah, this is
on a
like 20 right here.
$40 on a
Right?
popcorn bucket.
And this is like 40 or 50 itself too.
What is
Yeah.
that?
Nothing.
This is Headpool.
Oh.
Is that a spoiler?
Sort of. Ish.
What? Again, I've been here 10 minutes. Again with the spoilers, you people.
Wait, the popcorn bucket costs $40.
Yeah. Well, you get popcorn with it too. You're paying for the popcorn too.
Okay, that makes it
Okay.
fine.
I only
bring it
got one
back,
bag
no?
of popcorn though. I didn't even finish
Okay.
it.
I went to Cinemark.
Can you bring it
so
back?
all they had was the Deadpool butthole buckets. The
Oh.
Deadpool bucket. that's
See now,
like
John, that's a good
butthole.
question. They used to, I think they do. I think so.
I'd
I think
buy
if you
that.
bring it back, you can refill it like at a lower price. They used to anyway. I don't know about the newer ones anymore, but
Right.
yeah, they're expensive as hell. Well,
I'm-
the Dune bucket was the same damn thing.
I can't wait for the Alien Romulus bucket.
That's the
Yeah.
one I really
Yeah.
want. Yeah.
That
That
one
one
was
I'm getting
badass.
for sure. I'm getting that one myself.
I don't care about the movie. I just want the bucket.
Yeah. Yeah, the alien head bucket for the xenomorphs, that's badass. All right, well
There's
is
actually like 2 or 3 more buckets than the ones I got that are exclusive to other
Yeah.
theaters.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
wow, really?
I think I went to Cinemark. We went to Cinemark and saw it in XD, and they had the butthole popcorn bucket. And I was like,
Wait, what's XD?
XD is like their version of IMAX.
Kind of like IMAX, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be seeing it at AMC tomorrow.
Should be
So
able to get the Wolverine one if they
Yeah.
have
This is
that.
one of the rare times because I mean I'm a 3D freak and I know most people aren't, but I would say that the 3D
I'm a
I watched the 3D
freak.
version. This one was fun in 3D because you know, especially considering it opens like all the Deadpool movies with a slow-mo
I can
action
drive
thing. So
see
yeah.
it, if when I do see it, if I can see it in 3D, that's what I should do.
Yeah.
If you can, I haven't seen it playing in too many places in my area, so yeah, good luck. But yeah,
they have it in 3D at my AMC.
I
Are
thought
you
it was
saying-
fun in 3D,
Oh, was it? Okay. All right.
especially like stuff like all the all the slow-mo bits that Deadpool likes to do.
Yeah.
Of course, so those always look good in 3D. So yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I might have to. I might go see it in 3D then. If you liked it in 3D.
I did. It wasn't like groundbreaking or anything, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Especially the opening credits, for instance, was like
Donut Lord member for 2 months. Coach, that intro is hot. I go in for Star Wars, then I just forget why I started watching entirely. There could be like children, bro. I guess he's talking about our pre-show, which I think Coach is going to be updating at some point in time here soon.
Did
With
you guys
the
put something inappropriate in the intro?
I didn't. Well, Coach did put a bunch of like hot chicks and stuff in there, but it's not anything that's like R-rated. I mean, I would maybe PG-13. Some of the
It was just like movie clips.
yeah. It's just a bunch of movie clips. But thank you, Donut Lord, for that. All right, John, what do you got for us today?
Yeah, so it's not looking good for Ubisoft on
Oh
a number
God, no.
of fronts. Hold on, let me switch this here.
They are gonna get destroyed this year. I mean, between Assassin's Creed, what was it, Shadows, and Star Wars Outlaws. Yeah, they're not gonna have a good year.
Yeah, so this one's is specifically about Star Wars Outlaws. Their character Kay Vessier. Basically, they released this 10 minutes of gameplay about a week ago, a little over a week ago,
Yeah.
and it was not impressive. You can see 66,000 dislikes as of this morning. It might be more than that now. Only 12,000 likes. And I think it had like around 700,000 total views. So Mike can do the math. That's almost like what 10% of all views were disliking the video here.
And everybody else just didn't even care to even give it a thumbs up or down.
Right. And you can see, I mean, people are just absolutely blasting them. Thermal detonation is the worst thing I've ever seen in a modern video game. We can look at it here if you want to. This
Yeah,
thermal
yeah.
I don't know if you guys seen it. So
Yeah.
that's it.
It's literally like
Pretty bad.
PS2, early PS3 level. It's terrible.
There's let me see if I can find some more here. Where she's like fighting some monsters or whatever. Let's see if there's one where she's like in like maybe here. Nope.
And one
Yeah,
of the
I gotta
other
go
things I
further.
noticed while you're looking for that, John, is the world around the character looks
It is.
very grainy and not like when I had the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Man, everything in that entire environment looks crisp, clear, detailed. This looks very, very uncrisp and detailed.
John, am I correct in saying that IGN told people they must have had it on a like lower resolution to
Yeah, it was a problem on their end.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've noticed this video isn't airing at optimal quality by default. Please make sure to adjust your video settings to ensure the video has the proper fidelity. That is clearly damage control.
Yeah.
It's getting blistered. But like here is, I mean, this is what a lot of people were complaining about right here. You watch her like shoot these robots here, and then the other robots like don't even respond.
Now, somebody was saying something about this is just a reskin game. I'm sorry if I missed that. If you guys already said that, yeah.
So you can see here, this guy like isn't even reacting. There's a robot over here that doesn't react. She literally just like blew up some kind of canister.
yeah, the barrel. And what Tom was saying, I believe they probably did reskin this from something else. They probably put the framework of this game they probably took from another game.
Oh, it was the one that Naughty Dog was working on. That's what I heard. Was it the game that Naughty Dog was working on? They took a whole bunch of the assets from the game that Naughty Dog never finished.
Not surprised.
I'll have to look into that. I haven't seen anything about that yet, but that's something I'll look into. But you can see here, like this guy was literally just chilling out over here after she blew up a giant barrel, like massive explosion, shot out the other droid, and then he's just standing here doing nothing while she can run up and shoot this other barrel that comes down and then explodes him. So like the AI is being heavily criticized and how it like reacts and everything like that. It's just staying on the character path instead of that. And then if we go back here, there's some let's see if I can find it. Like there's like where she's in like this water. It might be like right
yeah,
here.
the water. Yeah. Oh god, that looks
Yeah,
terrible.
you'll see her. I think she's gonna slide down right here, and then she'll get into this water.
Yeah,
I think is what's gonna happen. And then let me see. I might have to skip forward. Here
Looks
we go.
Terrible.
Oh, she's not in the water.
Weird.
Okay, here it is. I think it's right here, maybe. There it is. Yep. She slides down. See, you can see the like what? It's like what is going on there
yeah, it's
with
like
the ripple?
pulsating, like it's like sonar or something.
Dude,
Yeah.
Baldur's
Very
Gate Dark
weird.
Alliance had better water on the PS2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. And I mean, people are just absolutely just like ripping them apart. Is this another quadruple A game? The explosion effect that was worse than the Uncharted 2 that came out in PS3 is amazing. Obviously, talking about that thermal detonator. I thought I laughed at this one. I thought this one was hilarious. The power of one, the power of two, the power of don't pre-order.
Oh god, never. I'm telling everybody out there right now in chat. Listen, don't ever pre-order a game from EA or Ubisoft. They're two of the worst gaming companies in the entire world. Yeah, don't ever pre-order their
understand why
game.
you would pre-order a game in the first place unless you actually want the deluxe edition where it comes with whatever it is. Like there's a
Or
like-
if you're getting pre-order extras, and it's a
Yeah, like
game
you're
that you're
getting a
100%
sculpture.
getting,
yeah, you're getting a statue or something
Yeah.
specific with a pre-order. I don't understand why you would ever pre-order.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they give you like 3 days early, but like, I mean, come on, you can wait 3 days to play the game. Just
Yeah.
don't.
And I've been telling people to go, if you go out there on the Ubisoft and sign up for their monthly like Ubisoft Game Pass thing, it's like I think it's like it's $10 or $8 or $12. It's not that much and basically get it for a month, and you can basically play the game for basically a month and only pay that for it, and then cancel your service. You know, if
Yeah,
you're
they're
just
actually
check it out.
they're trying to drive people to that subscription with the way they have it all priced, because they hope that you're going to stay and continue to pay. And but
Yeah.
even if it is that price that way, I think they still need like 6-7 months of you paying that in order to cover the cost of like the game. So, but if you are really good at just play 1 month and then move on, go for it. Like what people we see what people are doing with Netflix and streaming services, where they pay the 15 whatever it is for their one show and then immediately cancel.
Yeah.
But this is so these comments are actually being brought up or were brought up in a sales report call that Ubisoft did for their quarter one report.
Mhm.
And so we had this investor from Bank of America actually ask them about like all this negative reaction that they were getting. And
yeah, and if they were going to delay the game.
Yes,
Yeah.
delay the game because it looks so bad and like just getting absolutely torched. And the CEO said this: the game has gone gold. So if you don't know what that means it's basically it's an old terminology where they had like printed like the CDs that they were on. Loki might know a little bit better about that, but they printed it. It means like it was ready to ship. It's been sold. It's done. It's in the cooker. They're not really changing anything of it. So. I'll be honest. I thought that I guess I'm like too focused on like the music industry. I always thought that was like a sales term, but no, it's literally like the game is ready to be sold and they're not going to be changing it.
Yeah.
And so he went on and said this. So the date is well confirmed for August 13. And as you mentioned, we'll be showcasing more content of a very high quality, multiple hours that will really show the depths of the open world. That is a key element of the promise to enjoy the exploration of the galaxy and with multiple planets. So that will bode well for the game in terms of high quality delivery. So this guy's literally asking them, like, all these people are complaining about how poor the quality is, how bad the graphics are. Are you thinking about delaying it because it looks so bad? Can you like improve on that? And he's like, our game is so high quality. It's so great.
Yeah. And he was like, no, we're not delaying. I was like, oh God, it is going to be a nightmare for them as a company this year between Assassin's Creed stuff.
Yep. And so you also have their chief financial officer here, Frederick Duguay. He said, we've said also for Star Wars, the level of quality, the world, and the experience is really very high. We are really leveraging our engine, and I think people will love it. So the guy's literally like asking them, like, all these people say your game doesn't look very high quality, and they're just going to try and gaslight you and saying, like, our game is very high quality, though. It's like, we can see that it's not, though. So, like you said, going to run into a lot of issues. And in this quarter one report, that they did predict that they would bring in like 500 million euros. And that's when this game releases. And so just to be clear, when Assassin's Creed Valhalla released in 2020, it brought their net bookings overall was over €1 billion. And so they're saying that this game this quarter is going to be half of that. And it's really going to be all just kind of Star Wars Outlaws. There was another guy who kind of crunched the numbers, another analyst, and basically said that they're only going to be selling maybe 5 million. And he was asking if that was like conservative. And they basically like, we're not going to comment on what on their calculations are. And then we see the stock price just absolutely tanked, dropped like 12% in the 5 days after they did their little earnings report. And then just this morning, it's below 19. Now it's at 18.90. I don't know what it is right now, but it fell even further. So it's going down and down for them. Not looking good.
So I got a question. Mike might be able to answer this. I see a Ubisoft Entertainment ADR rep ticker, and then I see the Ubisoft one that you just had up, the SA one, John.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like two totally different parts of the company or something, Mike? Do you know?
I don't know anything about the stock of this gaming company at all, so I can't answer that. Like if it was Paramount, I could answer in a heartbeat, but I don't know anything about this company and how it's stocked.
I think it's listed on 2 different exchanges.
Okay. Yeah, because the one I'm looking at, the Ubisoft Entertainment ADR rep 1/5 ORD SHS, whatever that is I mean it's taking a dump also. I didn't know I didn't know why there's 2 different tickers for Ubisoft Entertainment out there.
I think they're just on 2 different
exchanges.
Yeah.
Does it matter?
Yeah.
No. No, the stock's going down regardless.
That's like kind of like you're like it's like having a debate about which Paramount stock is more trash, the one that's total trash or the one that's real trash, right, Tom?
I like turtles.
Yeah, well, guys, that is Star Wars Outlaws.
Yes, Mikey is always right when it comes to that stuff. So
I did a video on this the other day as well, and like I said, I think this is going to be a disaster for them. Tom, Mike, did you have something for us that you wanted to hit on today?
I don't know what the other topics are.
Is she hot?
Yeah. Well,
Is she married?
We'll let Tom hit his
what is Tom's topic?
What do you got?
Oh, I have this story here. I'm a physical media fan, of course.
Okay, then I do have a story because I think no one's taken mine yet.
All right.
This came out recently, and this has not been the only story on it. There's been some more reports about how physical media is on a bit of an uptick. And people are starting to get a physical media collection together again. Smaller labels are picking up a lot of the lesser known titles and stuff like that. So we're in kind of I wouldn't call it a renaissance, but I think people are starting to learn that streaming isn't all it's cracked up to be. So I was curious how you guys viewed this, and I know this is a topic that comes up often, but it's a near and dear one to my heart. And glad to see that people are getting smart.
Yeah, physical media all the way. I'm waiting on the 4K Godzilla -1 to drop. I just last week I got the
Did
Abyss
you pre-order it?
special. Oh, I haven't even seen pre-order for it.
Yeah, they've got
The
pre-order
website
with
has a
subtitles.
special big box set, but I heard there's some other versions that are going to be available soon too. So.
All right, I'll have to check that out. But last week I got the Abyss 4K special edition. I've gotten The Crow in 4K this year. Karate Kid 4K this year. The Conan box set in 4K. Was that early this year? Or was that late last year?
No, it was this year.
Okay, I thought so.
Does that include the Jason Momoa or just the original?
No, just the first two.
Yep, the only two real Conan films.
The good ones.
Yeah, and that is a great box set. The 4K on that is really well done. And then I got the Police Academy and Nightmare on Elm Street box sets, 4K box sets.
Actually, those two haven't been out in 4K yet, but the first movie's finally coming to 4K this year.
Maybe they're just the Blu-ray box sets.
Yeah, the Blu-rays of the other ones, but yeah, no. So yeah, like it is making a comeback. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, physical media all the way. Mike, thoughts?
I'm not a big physical media collector. I'm just a beneficiary of the people that do collect physical media. Tom sends me all his codes. I can't say that I'm a physical media collector, but I sure as heck am a collector of codes. That's for sure.
That's that way he can't yell at me so hardcore.
It's when I used to yell every time I was like logging into his stuff just to see when he would order stuff. Now I'm just kind of like I feel like I'm like enabling him because he sends me some stuff I'll never watch, but most of the time it's stuff like, oh my god, I'd love to see that again.
Yeah. Oh, Vertigo in 4K. I got that too, and I'd never seen that movie before.
Well, I send Mikey a lot of new movies too. Like I just sent him Fall Guy.
Yep.
I still have not seen that.
I'm watching that. Ha ha.
Yeah, I still have not seen that. I need to watch that.
The new one, the remake.
Yeah. Loki, thoughts on physical media stuff?
I just got the entire Gunsmoke collection on Blu-ray.
Oh God, Gunsmoke.
I
watched that with my dad growing up.
I just got the Guyver on 4K, which was a special like ball.
Oh God, I love that movie.
Yeah, I got that one too.
With the car.
No, the Guyver.
The Guyver. Which one?
It's Mark Hamill's in it, but it's like
based on an anime, isn't it?
Yeah, it's based on an anime. They got a second one with David Hayter in it, the guy who played Solid Snake. the original voice for Solid Snake.
Oh yeah,
called Guyver Dark Territory.
huh.
They don't have that. They just have that in DVD, so they haven't come out with that on Blu-ray or 4K yet.
What's the movie I'm thinking about with Charlie Sheen with the car?
That's the Wraith, and I do that all
Wraith,
the
yes.
time. I get those two titles always
Yes.
crossed. Yes.
Yeah.
So you're not the
Wraith,
only one
yeah.
who does that. I do that all the time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love physical media. We've got like 4 bookshelves in there full of DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, everything. I want more. I want more 4K. You know, you were talking about like Nightmare on Elm Street. I've got Nightmare on Elm Street, the whole collection on DVD. There's stuff I've passed up. Like there's stuff I didn't get on Blu-ray, but now I'm like, okay, guys, come on, give us our 4K copies, and I'll buy it on 4K. I don't want to go back and buy it on Blu-ray if I'm just gonna buy it on 4K a year from now.
Yeah.
So give us more disc, give us more physical media. I got The Princess Bride that's actually in like a book. So you've got
the Criterion one, yeah.
But it's got the 4K, the 4K disc in it. That was pretty cool. They're coming out with new stuff all the time. You just got to grab it before it's gone. Because once they're gone, they're gone. You know, if you didn't get that Crow 4K special edition with all the bonus stuff, you didn't get it. It's just gone. You're not going to be walking around Walmart looking one day and be like, oh, look, there's that 4K Crow pack. No, because they only made so many of them. Get them while you can.
Yep. Agree. John, thoughts?
So I probably am more on the non-physical side, except for when it comes to video games. Usually like Switch or PlayStation or whatever. Those are the two consoles I have. I always want physical on that. But when it comes to like movies or TVs and stuff, I don't really watch a lot that much anymore. When I'm watching my television, I'm watching a stock car race. So it's usually
but there is a good crossover there with gamers, right? Because it was gaming that tried to push for the downloads first, which is basically the equivalent of streaming in a way. But yeah,
it kind of has. I mean, you look at Steam, you look at Epic. Steam obviously is probably dominates the market, and we were just kind of talking about how a lot of consoles are they're kind of moving away. They're moving to PC and things like that. So they're not being exclusive as much anymore. We're seeing that with Stellar Blade. We're just talking about Final Fantasy VII there, getting a PC release. So because that is where most of the market is on that front. But when I'm watching TV though, it's usually I'm watching live sports. So
there's still reason though, because you can get stuff like all these. You can't download them. You cannot download any of these games, and you got to import them if you want.
Well, not just that, they alter a lot of these games sometimes when these re-releases.
Yeah,
and that's the same thing with some of these movies and shows. You got to keep in mind. And even though I'm glad that The Abyss finally got a Blu-ray and 4K release, there's still some issues. Like James Cameron's one of those guys, he loves to play with his toys. He's got a new AI toy. Of all people, you would think that would have the guy who warned us about AI, now he's using it to convert his movies into 4K.
Yeah.
So like some of them aren't always what they're cracked up to be, but at least we finally got them on disc. Like Abyss never even got a straight Blu-ray release until now. So like that was, finally kind of thing. True Lies, same thing, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the fact that we're still having the physical media allows us to kind of call a lot of this stuff out too. I mean, it's amazing how people will be like, they changed it. I'm like, how did you know that? How did you spot that? And people have these like just sharp as tack memories, and then they can go back and like, my memory was correct. Here it is. I pulled it up on my 4K or my Blu-ray or whatever it happens to be, and point out how they're changing things on the streaming services.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing with you guys in the gaming side of things. There's things that I see. I'm a film kind of guy, so like I would notice certain things in certain movies that they change. On the video game side of things, most of the things I wouldn't notice. Like the closest thing I noticed, I think, was when they changed all the Pizza Hut signs and stuff in Turtles 2, or the arcade version game on the Nintendo thing. On the newer one, they took out some of the advertisements or whatever. But yeah, like little things like that once in a while. But otherwise, I would never notice unless it was a major change.
Yeah, I literally have like a 4 terabyte hard drive with folders in it based on years, like 80s movies, 70s movies, 2000s, 90s, all that. So the only physical media stuff I buy is the stuff that I really want to own physically. Like I don't go out and just buy just any old physical media like, oh, this is a good movie, I'm going to get it. Like it has to be like a movie that I am going to watch a lot. or that I'll watch multiple times, something that I could put in any day of the week and watch it from start to finish.
Well, that's kind of what I recommend the most casual of fans to do, is at least, if anything, set yourself up, like just sit down one time, like make yourself like a top 25 list of movies that no matter what, if the internet went out tomorrow, you'd be able to watch those 25 movies for the next couple days.
Yeah.
And be fine with it, or your comfort movies or whatever. And the ones that you are worried that they would ever alter, like Blazing Saddles would be one on most people's lists, I would think, which is getting a 4K release this year. So, but that being said, like I'm on the other end. I used to buy everything. Now, granted, in this Biden economy, my income is really taking a hit. So
Bidenomics isn't helping you out, Tom.
No, as Mikey will tell you, I have to be more selective now with my purchases. So I feel your pain on that part, but otherwise, no, I normally am somebody who, even movies I don't like, I would get just to have for reference.
Yeah.
So like, it is what it is in some cases, but I totally get it. Like I said, to the casual person though, I'd recommend, even if it's just like, 25 box sets or, movies plus whatever their sequels and stuff like that. It could be more than 25 movies.
Yeah.
But I mean, even I think most people could section off a part of their house or put away in a closet somewhere, 25 to 100 movies that they have at their disposal at any given time. Cause you never know when the internet's going to go out.
Yeah. Yep. The two that I'm waiting on is a Predator 4K box set.
Oh, it's already been out, man.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, the Disney, it's been kind of hit and miss. Sometimes it'll pop up on Amazon on sale and stuff, but then it like disappears for a while. So just got to catch it. Next time I see it, now that I know you're looking for it, I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
The one that I got was Predator 2 Predators. Is that what's on the third one? And then the Predator.
Yeah, there's ones that have, I think, the 4 movies, or there's ones that have the 3. But yeah, they've done the 4Ks for those. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get that, and then all the Alien films.
Alien only did Alien 1 and 2, and 2 is another one of those that really has been a point of contention in the film community in the last year. I'm not going to get into all that stuff.
They took the grain out.
It gets worse than that. From what we're hearing, I have heard it from multiple sources now, that they didn't even bother rescanning the film in 4K. They're using the old scan from the Blu-ray from back in the early 2000s, and they just converted that.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh well, screw that.
It's if you already own it, you might as well just keep the one you got. So like, yeah.
And to add to what you guys are saying, so I had the Blu-ray Aliens, and I had it on digital. They took away the old digital version. So if you liked it grainy and you liked what it was, that version on like Vudu, that's gone. They just give you the 4K version in 1080p.
Well, so even that version that was on the old Blu-ray had a lot of digital manipulation by Cameron too. He's one like George Lucas and Peter Jackson who can't leave well enough alone. Yeah. Even the Lord of the Rings 4Ks have a bunch of alterations on them that people are still picking up certain ones.
Yeah,
so, you got to be
too.
Yeah, because he went and changed some of the tones of certain scenes and stuff subtly, and other things that would kind of match better with The Hobbit. And it's like, no, you should have went backwards and tried to make The Hobbit more like Lord of the Rings, but whatever, man.
Well,
it should have just been 2 movies.
That's actually what Tolkien did. Tolkien was actually talked about like how he needed to change The Hobbit because The Hobbit is a fairy story and Lord of the Rings is not.
Yeah, he went back and I think he adjusted a couple of things in The Hobbit, if I remember right.
Yeah,
but there's a scene in Two Towers that looks absolutely awful in theaters in 4K. Took me right out of it, and I know it didn't look like that before.
Well, and the problem was because they scanned the movie in 4K, all the film elements, right? But and then they had all the CG stuff, and they converted all that, and then of course Peter Jackson's another one of those guys like Cameron who just does not like grain. So of course he just scrubbed the hell out of it. And what people don't understand is when you do that, you're actually scrubbing out resolution, right? So you're basically just taking it right back down to what we had before, in some cases worse. And some people remember the horror story that was the original Predator Blu-ray that looked like plastic people, right? Like that's the prime example to go to. But there's been some pretty nasty ones, like Jaws 3's recent release is an AI upconverting nightmare. Like people's faces are all screwed up and stuff like that. Like they're getting a little lazy with some of this stuff, but that stuff aside, the problem is it doesn't matter because those are the versions they're putting on streaming now, right? And they'll always be there. So like if you don't have the original versions, and that's why I have so many versions of some of these movies sometimes. Yep. And you know, I pay attention to my little group of people that I do, so I know what's going on with some of the stuff. Even stuff I miss, right? Because I'm not a, you know, like John was saying, like, you know, not all of us are. Some of us have our certain areas where we know better than others. Like me, I know like the Ninja Turtle movies, the Gremlins movies, Superman, stuff like that. I could tell you things that are changed in that. But there's other guys who know the Indiana Jones movies in and out and so on and so forth. So we're all just like a group of guys who all kind of know these things, and we kind of share and swap info. And then there's even a sub-level group that actually swaps 35 millimeter scans of movies. So like we get even nerdier than that on some of these ones where we go around back and we fix the ones that have been screwed up in some ways. Like I got some really great versions of Star Wars. So yeah.
Yeah, I still need to get that the Star Wars 4K, the 77.
Yeah, I had a fan, Richard, who sent me a 4K Blu-ray set of the 4K 77, 80, and 83 scans.
Oh, really?
Yep.
How do they look?
Good. They look great.
Oh, dang! I need you to tell me how I can get copies of those, Tom.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, because I want to get those. I don't.
I'm surprised somebody hadn't sent you to them already. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't have them.
But anyway, I didn't mean to drag this segment out so long. But yeah, no, I just think it's something that people should pay attention to, especially in these day and age when everything's getting altered.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Physical media with games and movies. I mean, well, PC. God, Loki, can
it's
you
even
tell
happened
me
in music in some cases? I'll tell you too. So we can,
I couldn't tell you the last time I bought a physical copy of a PC game.
Probably 6 or 7 years, maybe longer. Everything's through Steam.
Yeah.
Everything you buy you're gonna buy it through Steam.
Yep. Now
the
consoles.
Last physical game I bought was an older game that I bought off of eBay that you can't get through any service anymore. And that just sits there because I have no way to play it.
I mean, obviously a lot of people are making their own rigs now, but do they even, like, when you go to like Best Buy or whatever, do they even sell rigs that have like the CD?
No, but I wouldn't buy
not very often.
No,
well, I'm just no, I know. I'm just saying in general.
Anymore, you got to go with something like this, basically. Yeah, right. Because
yeah. All right, Mike. Rounding out the topics for the day.
I can't.
What do you got, Mike?
I can't believe you bozos left this one.
Single men dating not so single women. Is that the article that you sent back?
No, it's something important. Pop culture, as reported by the Hollywood Reporter, Gina Carano's Disney Mandalorian.
Headed
towards trial after judge denies dismissal. As reported yesterday in the Hollywood Reporter early in the morning, Carano sued Disney earlier this year over a termination from the Disney Plus series with Elon Musk backing the effort. The lawsuit from actress Gina Carano against Disney and Lucasfilm appears set to move forward after a federal judge declined to dismiss the suit. Carano had sued Disney earlier this year over her high-profile firing from the Disney Plus series The Mandalorian in 2021, in which the company said that, quote, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. Oh, no. The suit, which is being backed by Elon Musk via his company X, alleged that Carano was terminated for holding conservative political views. Quote, I think it's pretty incredible what he is doing, Carano told the Hollywood Reporter in a March profile. Quote, a lot of billionaires put their money into buying islands and building bunkers. Elon Musk is using his money to fight massive injustice battles. So I won't go on because everybody's pretty much familiar with what's been going on. But yeah, so our girl Gina is getting her case moving forward. And if Tom could regurgitate what he said earlier on Midnight's Edge, I think it might be valuable, because I think what we now know also this week was what was the impetus for Elon's fury against Disney, Tom?
Well, we already kind of had an idea that Elon had kind of, I don't know how you want to put this, because he was kind of more of a lefty for years and years and years. And then we noticed a sudden shift in him, right? And nobody quite understood where it came from. Well, now we know. And that was because his son had basically been corrupted by this woke mind virus.
Yeah.
And I even seen his former son's response to this stuff. And I'm like, dude, you're just basically making your father's argument even stronger, because he is clearly exactly what his dad has said, been sucked into this California woke mind virus and this idea that, I'm not even going to get into the specifics because it'll get you shut down possibly, but like, let's be real. Like, we know, you know what I'm talking about. Exactly. Yeah. So that is his motivation. Now he wants to bring down the woke mind virus. And who is one of the main propaganda arms of the woke mind virus? Well, that would be Disney, of course.
Yep. 100%.
And
The new O'Keefe files.
Yeah, the new one.
I haven't seen the latest one, but I had heard a bit about it, John. So like, I haven't had a chance to actually sit through the whole 9 minutes of it yet. I know it's been between Deadpool and everything. I've been just like running ragged here.
Yeah,
It's bad. You're
what I've heard.
On point. Disney is ground zero for a lot of this stuff.
Basically, what Andre said this morning, this will tell you how bad it is. He said he would not go over it on YouTube. If we had time, we would have went to Rumble to talk about it. That's how bad that video was.
yeah. I know the topics that's discussed and talked about in it. I haven't actually watched the video yet. And from what I'm hearing, that's in it, like, this is stuff that none of us should be surprised about. This is Disney's corporate structure. This is the top brass.
You know what makes me mad? What makes me mad is that they can talk about it all day and night and put it in TV and movies, and when we talk about it and are critical of the demonic nature of this crap, we can't even talk about it in plain speak. But I won't terminate your channel.
And there's more to say.
In fact, it makes me even more. What do you think? What did you say, John?
It's infuriating. It's
infuriating, and I got to tell you, seeing the constant censorship of YouTube is dramatically making me less interested in watching any YouTube at all. Honest to God, I got to tell you, I'm getting sick and tired of being on all these channels that say, oh, we've got to watch what we say. And these are all my friends saying it. They're all my best friends on the planet, people I call brother and sister. And it's just, I'm sick of it. I mean, it's really getting old. They can march, wild and stuff. Gina so much as says something like really tame and timid, and they jump on, clamp on. The demons are running, are from Hollywood, are now runneth over. Their cup of demonic activity has now runneth over. And you know what? I hope Elon and Gina slap them back into the demonic hellhole from which they came.
Yeah, and I know we're wrapping up here, but the other part of what I said basically was simply that, because somebody was asking, can Elon force her to keep going with the case and not take a settlement? It's like, well, legally, no, he can't do anything. It's her, and we've even heard, as far as we know, that all their correspondence has been through the lawyers anyway. That being said, I think she wants to take this to the distance. This is basically like the Joker in, The Dark Knight, saying this is not about the money. It's about the message. This is a lot like the Johnny Depp situation, where it doesn't really matter if he won the case or not. It was a matter of getting out all the information out in the public. Yeah. And that's what this is really about. This is about the discovery. This is about getting all the information out there. This is about her getting her day in court and actually us getting to see the evidence of the things that she's already hinted at. And I'm sure she's got a treasure trove. And once we get into discovery, it's going to be even juicier, because we're going to actually see a lot of the stuff that we're getting an idea of in the O'Keefe tapes probably come out in this case, because we know what she went through. We know a good idea, at least an idea, but we're probably going to get surprised by some of the things we didn't know. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be an excellent look into the world of Disney, let's say.
She did indicate that she was going to go forward in her when she was in Knoxville.
Yeah. I think she's pretty much made it clear that this is not a settling situation.
Yeah, she's not settling, and I can't wait to see everything that drops in this case. There's going to be so much to talk about in the future. I cannot wait. Any other closing out thoughts on this, guys? All right. Well, with that said,
cheering her on. Hope she wins.
Yeah.
Justice for Gina.
yeah, I think she is going to win. I honestly don't see how she could lose this case. But I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see what happens. That is going to wrap it up for EBN Cast episode 22. I want to thank everybody here in chat for hanging out with us today. Thank you to Mike, Loki, John, and Tom for being here. And we will be back next Friday. As we always say here on Echo Base Network, you are Echo Base Network. Until the next one, guys, we'll see y'all later.
Someone called me the Deadpool of our YouTube community. Is that true?